$1,400 dedicated stimulus check for Social Security, retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, and SSI. Let's get into it and discuss all the details. But really quickly before we do, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video, as things are changing very rapidly right now as Congress continues to work their way through the final steps of the stimulus package, and I'm here for you each and every day with all those updates as they're being released and helping you out in any way that I possibly can. So again, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe down below and let's get into this right away. Alright, so the $1,400 stimulus check that is specifically dedicated to Social Security, retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, and SSI beneficiaries is exactly what I want to talk about in this video. Alright, so over the last couple weeks here, I've seen a number of different comments down in the comments section on many of my previous videos talking about stimulus checks and specifically pointing toward this dedicated check for Social Security. You know the whole list, right? Alright, now you might be wondering, where is this actually coming from? Well, if you've been watching the channel for any length of time now, you know this is the one that was announced back in September, actually early September, by the Senior Citizens League, which is an advocacy group for fixed income beneficiaries, especially those people, like I've been mentioning throughout this video, Social Security, SSDI, SSI, VA. However, we do know that the entire month of September, this group, the Senior Citizens League, gathered signatures for their petition, and then in early October, October 4th to be exact, they sent out their letter and their petition to Congress, almost every member of Congress, by the way, calling on them to issue this emergency $1,400 stimulus check for literally millions of beneficiaries of all of these benefits I've been mentioning throughout the video. 69 million beneficiaries is what they've cited. Now, I also want to make it very clear, Congress is still working on the stimulus package in which the Senior Citizens League called on Congress to add it into the package. So this is what I want to focus on in this video, because I've seen a number of different comments down below on this literally over the last couple weeks here, and I want to take a few minutes here and address all of these concerns and talk through this whole package. All right, so as we know, almost 2 weeks ago now, the House of Representatives passed through this reconciliation bill. This is the nearly $2 trillion reconciliation bill, and this is the one where the Senior Citizens League was calling on Congress to add this $1,400 dedicated stimulus check for these 69 million beneficiaries. Well, as of right now, that package is still in the Senate right now. So, as I've mentioned previously in other videos, the House of Representatives is literally a rubber stamp. So whatever the House of Representatives does, we really need to take it with pretty much a grain of salt. Now, I know it is very influential, the House of Representatives, everything that they do there, but it really comes down to the Senate. That is where the real magic actually happens when it comes to these stimulus packages. Now, again, I know that I just said magic, but realistically, that is where the major changes to the stimulus package historically come in. It's not in the House, it is in the Senate. So that is where the package is right here, right now. Now, to be totally clear, and of course, I'm probably going to get some pushback on this, but I just have to say this. As of right now, yes, it is totally clear that the $1,400 stimulus check has not been added into the package as of right now. However, does that make us scared? No, it actually does not make us scared one bit as of right now, because the major changes that come into these packages typically happen right here, right now, where the package is as we speak, in the Senate. So this is why I want to talk through this with you, because I've seen a number of comments saying it's not in the package, it's not going to be in the package. Okay, you're right, it is not in the package yet, but now that the package is in the Senate, this is where we really need to focus. I know there's a lot of concern out there about everything going on right now, about rising prices, about fixed income beneficiaries, as I've been mentioning throughout the video, Social Security, SSDI, SSI, survivors, and not having enough money each and every month. I totally get it. I read your comments. I literally read thousands of comments every single day, and I see the struggle down in the comment section. So I totally understand what is going on for all of these beneficiaries, even though I don't understand your exact situation, because honestly, everybody's situation is different. But I do get it as a whole. The struggle is real out there right now. But this is why I want to talk about this, because sometimes I come across some comments down below saying all kinds of different things about stimulus checks. But here's what I really want to emphasize about these $1,400 checks. When it comes to this stimulus package, it is game on right here, right now, as it is sitting in the Senate. A couple more things we need to take into consideration. Timing. We are literally in the time of year where the holidays are upon us. I mean, obviously, we all know that right now, right? The holidays are upon us. And pretty much everybody in Congress understands that this is the time to really get to the American people and really prove a point and kind of get to the American people and really get on their good side, especially ahead of the midterm elections that I know are a little less than a year away from right now. One other thing that we need to take into consideration as well, I've come across a number of different articles and all kinds of different information right now saying that Democrats are looking for any way to get to the American people right now because of polling numbers dropping so fast right now across the president's approval rating and Democrats as a whole. Now, one other thing I have to say, I'm not here to take sides with this. I'm not here to tell you what to think politically. I'm not here to tell you that at all. Of course, that is totally up to you. I'm not here to persuade people. I'm simply telling you what I find with my research. And the research is telling me Democrats are scrambling right now, trying to figure out how they can regain popularity and maintain their majorities when it goes into the midterm election next year. In fact, I came across a report earlier that said some of these experts out there right now that are looking at polling numbers and actually how Democrats are sitting right now going into the midterms next year, they're frantically searching around to figure out how can we get back to the American people. When they reference the last stimulus package, the American the American Rescue Plan from back in March of this year, they're saying that was 1,000,000 years ago. That is what some people are referring to it as because it was so long ago, literally the American people have forgotten about all of the provisions that are in it to help us out. Just like the $1,400 stimulus check. Who remembers that one from back in March? Yeah, it's a faint memory, but honestly, that $1,400 was spent so quickly because we needed it so badly at the time it finally came that it was like a long lost memory by now. So basically what Democrats and these advisors are saying is that we need to do something to get back into the minds of the American people. Well, seasonality is timing up perfectly right into the holidays. We'll also have all of these people coming out saying, we've got to get to the American people. We need to do something to make an impact and an influence on the American people. So you kind of get what I'm saying. And the stimulus package is in the Senate right now, where historically, this is where they see the major changes come in. Now, I just want to make it very clear. I'm not here to make any promises. I'm not here to say for sure 100% a stimulus check will be added. Honestly, I don't really know what's going to happen in the Senate. But I do see the comments down below, and I wanted to address this in the video because just because it passed through the House, that is the House bill. Honestly, who really cares about the House bill? I'm just being totally real with you. The House bill does not matter for the most part. The House bill is just the House version of the reconciliation bill. We've already known very clearly, because senators have made it very clear to us, the Senate is going to have a very, very different reconciliation bill. They've made this very clear to us. So the House bill and the Senate bill will be very, very different. They're going to be have a lot of different provisions in them. They've told us this many, many times now. And we're going to be getting the full details out of the Senate here any day as they continue to work their way through this reconciliation bill. And according to Chuck Schumer, he still wants to have this thing fully passed by Christmas. Well, again, I'm not here to tell you which holidays to celebrate, but maybe it'll just be a holiday miracle for them to come out right in front of the holidays here and say, hey, check it out. We thought about the people. We finally came to our senses and we realized that maybe the American people need some relief right now, maybe in the form of, I don't know, a stimulus check. So again, anything is possible at this time. Again, I'm not promising anything because honestly, I don't know what's going to happen in the Senate, but we do know this is where historically stimulus checks have been picked up in the past, and other stimulus provisions have been picked up to send out money into the pockets of people right in the Senate. That is where the big changes come in. It's not the House. Honestly, who cares about the House? They don't really do anything. They literally just rubber stamp anything that comes to their desk for the most part. So that's why I'm saying we don't have to really worry about the House. It's not them. It's the Senate who really has the major pull when it comes to everything going on. Now, a couple other things that I want to mention here too. if the Senate actually does approve, or Congress as a whole does actually approve a fourth stimulus check into this package, this would not be the first time this is happening. In fact, back in May of 2009, feel free to look it up if you'd like, they actually did approve a dedicated check. I don't know what they called it back then. Honestly, it was not called a stimulus check. It was called something else. I don't know the name of it. But anyway, in May of 2009, whatever they named that exact payment, they did approve a dedicated check to Social Security beneficiaries. You can look it up if you'd like. It happened in May of 2009. But this is a real thing. It would not be the first time that they have issued a dedicated check to fixed income beneficiaries like Social Security. So the point is, this is all totally real. I mean, anything can be added into this reconciliation bill. The reconciliation bill that is working its way through Congress right here, right now, as we speak, is literally the same type of bill that was passed back in March of 2021, this year. So just like, what was that? 8 months ago, it was passed through Congress. It is the same type of bill, reconciliation. In other words, it only needs support from one party. Right now, it's Democrats, simply because they have the majority in the House and they have the majority in the Senate. Even though the Senate is 50-50 divided, they still have the tie-breaking vote from the vice president, making it available for the reconciliation process. So, literally, they can add almost anything into this package, provided it is within Senate parliamentarian rules. Well, guess what? Stimulus checks are within Senate parliamentarian rules. It is in there. The Senate parliamentarian says you're all good to go when it comes to stimulus checks. They can add them in there. No problem at all. The Senate parliamentarian would give it the green light. She would say, no problem. It does not matter one bit. You can add them in. No problem whatsoever. However, when it comes to other provisions in the package, like we've talked about in previous videos, sometimes the Senate parliamentarian comes out and says, sorry, that's not allowed according to Senate parliamentarian rules. But stimulus checks are allowed. So, I just feel like I've mentioned this before in other videos. There's so many different convergences coming together all at the same time right now, pointing toward everything that could be added into the stimulus package. But again, this is just us watching it, everything coming together, and maybe, who knows? Maybe they come together and they scrap the entire bill. Maybe the entire bill fails. Maybe they renegotiate the bill and come back to the original provisions of the bill, which was an anti-poverty plan, which, by the way, not to mention once again, but earlier this year, we did have over those 80 members of Congress write those letters to the president urging him to continue to issue a $2,000 stimulus check along with monthly recurring payments for low-income individuals. Remember that? We've gone through those letters many, many times. In fact, I have the letters sitting right here next to me on my desk. I have a whole stack of papers here from different letters and different things that were sent out to the president. So, we've covered that before, but there are those 80 members in Congress that did have support for a $2,000 stimulus check and the monthly recurring payments. So the point is, they've been out there pushing on the president to add it into the package. Therefore, anything is fair game at this time. So again, I wanted to come back and kind of clarify where we currently stand with a stimulus check specifically focused on Social Security, SSDI, retirement, survivors, and SSI beneficiaries. And again, we need to send out a huge thanks to the Senior Citizens League. Realistically, they are the ones who put this $1,400 check on the map. Now, don't get me wrong. We've talked about stimulus checks previously in other videos, right? $1,400, $2,000. But realistically, it is because of the Senior Citizens League, a major advocacy group for fixed income beneficiaries, who put this $1,400 on the map for us with their petition, which they gathered signatures throughout the entire month of September, then in early October, presenting it and along with their letter to almost every member of Congress. That's a lot of people, hundreds of people in Congress, sending this out to them, urging them, and laying out some points of why it is so incredibly important to issue this dedicated $1,400 stimulus check for these fixed income beneficiaries. Number one being 25% of people on Social Security are suffering from food deficiencies. In other words, not having enough food on the table every single month. Not only that, citing the massive inflation going on right now and the cost of living adjustment not coming anywhere close to the actual cost of living that is going to go up here. Well, I mean, honestly, it's going up right now, but going into 2022 when the new cost of living adjustment actually comes into effect. So many different things going on right now. So I just want you to know the $1,400 check is still very much alive right now. Even though Congress has not technically announced it, they have not technically approved it, it's still very much alive out there. In fact, if you look around online anywhere, there's a lot of reports out there right now. There's a lot of different things being said about stimulus checks right now. I continue to come across a lot of stuff. In fact, there's a lot of new things surfacing about stimulus checks based on my research and everything that I'm finding right now. They continue to pop up all over. So it's kind of interesting how so many more people are talking about this right now. I don't know, so kind of interesting, right? But the more people talking about this and more people bringing this up, the higher the likelihood that Congress will actually get a hint that American people need this emergency $1,400 check right now. So anyway, I hope this helps to clarify a little bit more. Again, I see all your comments down below. There's a lot of people talking about stimulus checks. I get it. They're very much needed right now, like really, really badly, right? Even a $1,400 check, it'd be really much needed right now, but realistically, more like a $2,000 or even monthly recurring payments would really be what people really need during this time, right? So I hope this helps you out. Again, I wanted to come back and clarify where we currently stand, what is going on with this, and what has actually led up to this point, and where we stand with the stimulus package, and let you know anything can go right now. Seriously, anything can happen right now with the stimulus package. So again, please make sure to hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't done so yet, so you can stay tuned with all the updates going forward. There's a lot going on right now, but I do all the research. I boil it all down into these short videos and deliver them to you a couple times each and every day, so you can stay tuned with everything going on. Feel free to share this video with your friends, family, and social media. There's a share button right down below the video if you want. Feel free to do that as well, so we can keep everybody in tune with what's going on. And feel free to go back and check out some of the other nearly 2,000 videos right here on the channel. So again, thank you so much for your support. Enjoy your day. I'll catch you again later, and there will be more coming out. I already have a bunch of things that I want to talk about in my next video. So enjoy your day. I'll catch you again later. Stay safe out there. And again, thank you so much for your support. I truly do appreciate it. And please remember, I'm here on your team every single day to help you out in any way that I can. Enjoy. I'll catch you again later.